Yeah, we got things to do. All right, one more time from the top. Density in 2D. Population density equals population over land area. Like you say, we find the density, you're just thinking about how dense an area is. Be quiet, CJ. A couple things I want you to write at the top just to help us out. For population density. Over there, this is going to be people or a thing. People or a thing. When I say thing, something other than people. Per square foot. No, per square unit. It may not be feet. Could be millimeters, could be inches. I'll zoom in. People are a thing per square unit. That'll represent your population density. Population will be the amount of people or the amount of something that they give you. And then last, your area is going to be your square units. So whatever they give you, that's for your area. All right, let's do it. Let's do the first one. First one doesn't deal with people. It talks about bacteria. It's more of like a science experiment they're doing. So it says during an experiment, the same type of bacteria is grown in 2 petri dishes. Petri dish A has a diameter of 51 millimeters and has approximately 40,000 bacteria after 1 hour. Petri dish B has a diameter of 75 millimeters and has approximately 72,000 bacteria after 1 hour. Determine and state which petri dish has the greater population density of bacteria at the end of the first hour. So on this one, it's best to label the numbers that they give you. The 40,000 and the 72,000 are my areas. Let's throw A by both of those, just so I know. I mean, not my areas. My bad. I'm tripping. Those are my populations. My bad, y'all. Pop. They did not give us area. We have to find that. What shape did they give us for our deep petri dishes, though?
A circle.
I'm sure we all know how to find area of a circle now. What do you need for area of a circle? What's the one thing you need? Radius. All right. Tell me the radius of this first circle. Don't be silly, son. Don't be silly, my children. If you don't have a calculator, you need to get one. You should all be calculating. What? What's the radius of the second? We might as well get that one now. 37.5. Good. Alright, then from there, we're ready to set up and solve for our population density of both. That's what we need to find. Because we can get area. We have a population. They want to know which dish has the greater population density. Now, to the naked eye, if you're just looking at this trying to answer this question, if you don't understand population density, most of y'all will just not try to solve this and say that B is the correct answer because it's bigger. Because something is bigger does not mean it has a greater population density. And it's based on the amount of your population versus your area. It's not based on how big something is versus how small something is. Alright, so I would do mine in columns. I would say Petri A. And then over here, I'll make Petri B, and then I'll do the work for both, and then compare. For Petri A, I'm going to find area first. Area equals...
Attention Sandalwood. Thank you for participating in our emergency safety drill. Today's code red was only a drill. In the event of a real emergency, you would follow your teacher's procedures, and they're clear examples of how to perform in a code red emergency. At no time was anybody in jeopardy or danger. This was only a drill. Please resume normal class operations. Once again, today's drill was only practicing our emergency procedures and nobody was in danger. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Alright. What's that number? Anybody got it? Yeah. Keep it in thousands too. You still ain't give me no number. Whoa, my goodness. Yeah, that's it right there. Oh, you solved all the way out? No, man, I need the area first. We're going step by step. So that's the land area right there. In this case, the area of the petri dish, not really land. Area of the petri dish A. And then after that, we can go ahead and solve for this one. So PD equals, and then for petri dish A, you have 40,000 bacteria divided by our area, which was 2,041.785. Our population density, we can round that to the nearest thousands too.
Is this basically like getting surface area?
No.
So wait, what is this doing?
Population density.
Okay, now I see.
I'll explain it to you after we finish.
You're dividing it by what we got.
Yes.
Okay.
591.
Who just told you that? CJ.
Thank you, CJ.
You're welcome.
Alright, so that's petri dish A. Then you find population density of petri dish B. Then compare, figure out which one is more dense. Basically, which one has more bacteria per square. What is our units? Millimeter. Alright, so A equals 3.14 times. I need that number one more time.
4,781.25.
1,000.
780.
I ain't get that.
780.
I ain't get that. Recalculate.
44.15.
There we go. That's what I got.
I see where I messed up. Well, no. I forgot the 1 4.
So PD equals, and then 72,000, which is our population, over our land area, which in this case would be 4,000 number. PD number 2, or B, excuse me. 16.306. There you go. So basically, what it's saying is, in petri dish A, which is the smaller one, in every square millimeter, you're going to have a little bit more than 19 bacteria. In petri dish B, you're going to have a little bit more than 16 bacteria in every square millimeter of space in that dish. So, obviously, which one is more dense? A. I could have just circled petri A. I don't know. Can you turn the light on? Hansel looks comfortable. Alright, so that's kind of process we're taking. Only thing I will say to you is, nah, I like it better like this. Only process I will say, it's going to flip. You're not always going to be solving for population density. Sometimes they will give you population density. You'll have to solve for one of the other things. You may have to solve for population. You may have to solve for area, depending on what the question is asking you. So number 2, it says the county has a population density of 257 people per square mile. They give you the population density. They're telling you how many people are in every square mile of that town. It says the county population is this. What is the area of this county? Round to the nearest square mile. nearest square mile is a whole number. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to just write the formula out, and I'm going to abbreviate, of course, keep it easy for us. PD, which is population density, equals pop over area. Let's put A. And then we put in what we can. Well, we can label in the thing. They gave us population density already, and then they gave us population. So put those in the actual formula. 257 equals population.
4,288 over A.
Oh, A. You could keep A there, or you could put a variable in for A. You could put X in if you want, whichever one makes you feel more comfortable. Some people seem like they feel more comfortable with having X there. And after that, you just need to solve for whatever you're missing, and then you're good.
Since you're dividing into multiply.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be that big, bro. What are you doing? X equals, what decimal is that?
75.22.
No, what are you doing in your calculator?
I did it.
110. 16.68.
Thank you.
I did that.
Alright, then from there, so X equals 16.685, and it says round to the nearest square mile. So our area equals 17 square miles, or miles squared, whichever way you want to write them. Y'all can write mi to the second power, same thing. That's Christian. Number 3. The roof of a small home in Miami is 810 square feet. Before I read any further, what you think 810 is?
The density.
The roof of a small home is 810 square feet. What y'all
land
think?
area. My bad.
That's my area. The clay tiles required to cover the roof weigh 3,240 pounds. How many pounds does a square foot of clay tile weigh? So what does that weight represent?
Population.
That's my pop. Reason you'll know, if you look at what the question asks, it says, how many pounds does a square foot of clay tile weigh? They told you the total weight right there. You feel me? That's the full pop right there. And then you want to know the density based on the question. Alright, so this one we're solving for population density. So PD equals, then population, which is 3,240 over 810. Population density equals not everybody at once. Yeah, 4. So it's 4 pounds per square foot. I did this earlier, kid, and I hope y'all seen the abbreviation for pounds before.
It's OVH.
Yeah. Kid said, what is IBS? 4 pounds per square. Yeah, it was funny. It was like they were like going in on Nadia and then wouldn't let up. He kind of got mad. No, it wasn't right.
I probably not know.
But why not?
You don't square it out?
It is. Square foot is square. Instead of writing feet squared, you could just say square foot. Same thing. Yeah? You agree?
I was talking
Huh?
That's the same thing for 2.
Yes.
Like putting it instead. That's what I'm saying. Instead of putting a 2 at the end, if you write the word square, same thing as putting a 2 at the end.
Can we just put the 2 at the end?
It's up to y'all. You can. I know I'm switching it up on you, but sometimes it's good to switch it up so you can see it both ways. Huh? Yeah, sign out, please. Put your full name on there. I need to account for you. Number 4 on the back. It's a pretty easy one. I want y'all to try that one on your own. That's to let me know if you're on the right path or not. Do number 4 on your own.
When we round, what do we round?
No. It depends. If they don't specify what around and you're dealing with people, go ahead and round to the next whole number higher up. But if they tell you to round to the nearest whole number, just do that. But if they don't specify and you're dealing with people, like on number 4, round up to the next whole number. Because you can't have a point of a person.
So the PD.
Number 4, Tabitha.
It's a different thing.
No, CJ. You set it up right, then you screwed it up after that. One, you don't have an equal sign, so I don't know what's equal to what. Okay. Then after that, what did you do to get? You just divided that? What? No.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, yours right. CJ don't know what he's doing.
You're not supposed to divide. You're supposed to multiply. Multiply.
We divided on
I still
But
don't
it's
see it.
different.
It's different problems, CJ.
Look.
But it's
This
the
is
same
this is
thing.
why though. You're already dividing right here, so you multiply the 10, and they'll go on both sides. So therefore, you'll just do this, and you'll get your answer.
I was on the right track.
Yeah, right track.
Set it up right.
Wrong destination.
Set it up right.
Yeah. Your start was good. Your finish was horrible.
You don't even say all that, but why is everybody dividing? TJ, why is everybody dividing? CJ, you got the answer to the last one?
What?
You got the answer to the last homework.
English class.
Do you have the answers to the last one?
Few.
Do you get it? I don't get it.
Oh,
know how to
yeah,
do
that
it?
shit. It's just Pythagorean theorem.
I don't get it.
You don't get that one?
No, I don't.
I mean, I ain't saying my shit was right, but I understood. I'm actually good at graphics. All the graphics stuff I did good.
I get that, but I'm not getting it. That's why. You're a little lost. So you just do Pythagorean, then what?
Perimeter, then you gotta add all them up.
And then if it's area, then
And you gotta find out the formula you using for a triangle or something. What is it for a combination?
I don't know. I'll call you.
I'm gonna take this out.
I'll call you.
Take this out.
I'll call you.
I'm gonna take this out.
When do you get home?
Let me take it out.
When do you get home?
I got a game tonight, so.
You got practice? So what time do you get home?
I don't know. It's like shit be happening. That's all. You gotta take a braid out. You gotta take a braid out.
Are you trying to play with me or are you being
Asking.
yeah.
I want this out.
Why?
I want it no more. I made it last night. You still recording? What up, YouTube? Now you're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Should I give a little
Are you gonna cut it out?
No.
You don't cut it out?
Last time I paused, it ended up messing up. I paused before and then.
No, I'm
So
just
you're
saying
gonna
when you
edit it?
edit.
I'm about to edit these videos. What time do I write?
Okay.
Gotta write them.
Can I do this problem? Can I do this problem?
What?
Can I do this problem?
No. To cut 5 minutes out of video, pay you for that? No. I can do it on my own. I just don't want to.
Hey, can I do this problem?
No, we're good. I'm not doing that. I'm just making sure y'all got it. The ones that didn't do it, they just won't have it in their notes.
Put subtitles.
Jaquan. Is that Jaquan?
I didn't hear it so long.
Yeah.
What's he been on?
Why is hair look like that?
He got a punch
The
in it.
intro.
Why you don't like Tabitha?
I do like Tabitha. Why are you saying that? I don't like when she don't do work.
It seems like you just don't like her.
No. I get frustrated when y'all just sit here and don't do nothing.
Pull it up, drop top, back roll, hop, pop. You're trying to hop.
Send this to,
Alright.
email this to,
Number 5. For a certain species of animal to survive, the population density must be less than 15
these guys.
per square mile. So it must be less than 15 animals per square mile. In a rectangular wildlife preserve measuring 20 miles by 15 miles, scientists counted 3,740 animals. Part A. Is there enough area for all the animals to survive?
No.
So part, how you gonna say no before you even calculate anything? My God. First, you need to figure out what they asking you for. Is there enough area
You gotta be
for all the animals to survive? You're not looking for area though. They gave you area. You're looking for the population density, and you're gonna weigh that against what they say the maximum population density is, which is 15. Actually, it's not even 15. It's less than 15. So it has to be anything less than 15. 14.9, 14.99999. Just can't be 15.
Oh, wow.
Alright? So we're going to find the population density of this area. Compare it to 15. If it's less than 15, then yeah, them animals should be able to survive. If it's greater than that, then these animals in trouble. Alright? But before we do that, they gave us population. That's that 3,740. Did they give us area?
Yes.
What is it?
You gotta solve for it.
Yeah, we got to solve for it. But these numbers right here will get us area, right? 20 miles by 15 miles. So what shape did they say it was?
Rectangular.
How you find area of a rectangle?
You heard that.
Length times width. Brunson. Inside it. Alrighty. Nope. 20 times 15, what's that? 300. Good. Then after that, that's your area. You got population. You can find population density pretty easily. PD equals 3,740 over 300. That number would be your density. What is that? 12.6, ain't it?
It's 12.46.
Oh, so my bad. I must have calculated wrong earlier. Oh yeah, you're right. 12.466, yeah, so basically 12.5. But once you get that, you just compare it. So obviously there is enough area for all the animals. And it say explain ourselves, so I mean this explanation is easy. Kid last class told me, say yes. Said 15 is greater than 12.466, which would be good enough for us. Then part B it says if there is enough area, how many more animals could be moved to the preserve? So they want to know what's the maximum amount of animals we can put in this preserve now, since there is enough area. And it says if there's not enough area, we won't even need to read any further because we know there is enough area. But so if there's enough area, how many more animals could be moved into the preserve? It says show how you found your answer. Alright, so we're going to do some calculations and some adjustments. So first we need to find out like the maximum number of animals that can go into the preserve. We already know how many are in there. We need to find out what the max number is. To figure that out, we're going to use that 15 that they gave us for our population density. And let me write the formula out for you. So it's PD equals pop over area. And so we're going to use 15, the population density they gave us for the max, equals X, because we want to find out what the maximum population is going to be, over the land area, which was 300. That's the same amount of land, 300 miles. And then we need to solve that. Kylie, they called you to go home. Video will be online. There you go. Kyla.
Sucks to say.
Well, I'm gonna sleep at night.
Is this it?
Yep. Yes, you're supposed to times it.
300?
Yes.
300, number on the bottom.
Oh, God.
Whatever's on the bottom, whether it's X or 300.
4,500. No, it's not 4,500. It's 4,500.
So X equals 40. That's 4,500.
Oh, okay. I was right.
X equals that. Now that is if you had 15 animals per square mile. But you know you're not supposed to have 15. It says we're supposed to have less than 15, right? Per square mile. So to make the adjustment on that, we can't use the number 4,500 as the max population. But we can subtract 1 from that and use that number. So I'm going to take that 4,500 minus a 1. And we can have this many animals in there. 4,499. So that's the max amount of animals we can have right there. But that's not our answer because that's not what they asked us for. They asked us how many more animals could we have in the preserve, or move into the preserve. How many animals do we have in there already?
400.
No, how many animals do we have in the preserve already based on the part A? 3,740. Based off what we just calculated, how are we going to find out how many more animals we can put in there? We're going to subtract these two numbers. Just making sure y'all understand what I'm doing.
4499
minus 4,499 minus. So we can put 759, you say?
Yeah.
More animals in our preserve. In the preserve.
Absolutely. Can I read the next one?
Yes, please.
Ashley wants to put wooden flooring in her master bedroom. Her room is 143 square feet. and
Stop
it
right
looks-
there. 143 square feet. What's up?
Land area.
Land area?
Sure you know.
Okay.
It will cost her $1,144 to do so. If the flooring weighs 214.5 pounds for the bedroom, how many pounds does a square foot of wooden flooring weigh?
Alright. So let's go back. It says that the flooring weighs 214.5 pounds. What is that? Is that population or population density? That's the pop. It's population. Population density is what they're asking for. It's how many pounds does a square foot of wood flooring weigh? So, and in this problem, you see there's a distractor in there. They gave you,
144.
yeah, that money. You don't need that to figure out what they're asking you. Because they're not asking you about a cost. They're just talking about the weight of it. Alright, so after that, PD equals pop over area. Set it up. We're looking for PD this time. And population would be 214.5 over 143.
145.
Yep. PD equals 1.5. And this is pounds per square foot. So pounds per feet squared. I write it this way for y'all this time. Maybe I feel more comfortable like that.
A little bit. How are they gonna write it on the test, or you just don't know?
No, you're just gonna put the number in on the test. You ain't gonna even write all that. I like just showing y'all the unit stuff so y'all can see how it should be written. Sweet. Number 7, y'all can do on your own, but I'm gonna make sure y'all get it right. Says the population of California in 2010 was 37,253,956. Its total area is 158,854 square miles. The population of Texas in that same time period was 25,145,561. Its total area was 256 square miles. Find the number of people per square mile in both states in 2010. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So my setup would be California has its own column here. Yeah, I'm just setting it up. And then Texas will have its own spot. That's all I'm writing right here. I ain't gonna write nothing else. And then you need to find population density. It says find the number of people per square mile, so that's your population density you're looking for. Numbers are already there. You ain't got to do no calculation. Just find the density.
It's a lot of numbers.
Huh? No, I'm saying the area is like already given for both. You don't have to find the areas.
I know, but it's a lot of numbers.
Oh yeah, it's just big numbers. I mean, it's actually realistic numbers, so it's a good thing. I think that's enough. Cause that other part, I'm gonna try to.
Sure, it's just counting on that.
Well, it's counting again. Maybe it's recording. So we're on the practice part B. You should have got part A. You should have all your densities by now. It says explain why population density of Georgia is lower than that of North Carolina, despite Georgia's larger population and larger land area. How many people does Georgia need in order to have a greater population density than North Carolina? Well, I was gonna say, Matt, that first part, did you answer that? Why is Georgia density lower than North Carolina?
Because North Carolina has less.
Land area. You're right. It's less land area.
Yeah, I agree with you. So what I said, and I mean, you can put it in your own words however you want to write it. But their populations are pretty close in number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's just a little bit over there. But if you look at their land area, that's where the gap is. So I said Georgia has more land than North Carolina, even though they are close in population. You can go ahead and turn that down, please. Or off. It does. I don't know. I can't even spell Carolina, and it's right up there.
So you just do that? Was it a girl?
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Even though they are close in population. You gotta watch it.
I did watch
Oh, okay. I was just saying, no, that's a true
You're
statement.
aggravating.
Yeah.
No, you gotta wash it.
You gotta put some shampoo on that thing, man. Look. See if they gonna activate. That's what's what they will. When products get together, they start.
That's a concoction.
You're gonna get a little, for real, you're gonna get an S curl. Alright, so the second part, this is the part you gotta do some math on.
It's like
Says how many more people does Georgia need in order to have a greater population density than North Carolina? So on this part, and it's gonna take a little bit of work. It's similar to what we did in that problem in the practice. Which one? I mean in the notes.
Which was that,
I want to be specific.
No, not the mix up. The
The
two
one,
and two.
yeah, the part B where we had to do the stuff to find the animal. How many more animals? Yeah, it's similar to that. All right, so first you got to make an adjustment. Says how many more people does Georgia need in order to have a greater population density than North Carolina? First, what was North Carolina's population density? 196. So we want Georgia to have a greater one than that. What's the number greater than 196?
197.
197. Let's give Georgia a population density of 197. So we're going to say Georgia is at 197 for their population. And we're going to set that equal to X over Georgia's land area. So this will give us our new total of what Georgia's population would be if their density was 197. Something greater than Carolina's. Their land area was 57,906. My bad, I did not know I was not showing y'all that. Why I ain't say nothing? So what we did, we gave Georgia a population density of 197.
No, okay, I'm not gonna be here for your class. It's excused though, so I can't turn in my homework.
You can't get both of them off the thing. 197 equals X over 5. Nope. Cart.
Cart. The cart.
Video will be online.
She's not watching the
That's up to her. Times 5, 57,906. Times 57,906. Cancels. The population, if the density was that, would be, it's going to be a big number. What is it? Ain't it like 11 million something? Got 11,407,000 and 482. So this will be my population of Georgia if my density was a little bit greater than North Carolina's. If that's the case, the question asks you, how many more people does Georgia need in order to have a greater population density? So I need to take their original population, subtract it from this. That'll tell me how many more people they need in Georgia. So taking this number, 11,407,482, subtracting that from my original population of Georgia, which was 9,000,000 687, 653, 687,653. Let me say my numbers right. That number that I get will be how many more people I need.
So
I'll do that subtraction for you because y'all take a long
I
time
got
for you.
it.
What is it?
Hold on, man. Say it's done.
1.7. 1,719,000.
And what's that last number you said?
829.
Thank you, sir. This is how many more people you'll need in Georgia for them to have a greater density than North Carolina. 1,719,829. Let you write that down for a second. Right after that, I'm just blast through number 2 real quick. Because number 2, it's not bad. It's just an extra step in there that y'all may not see. It says Jake plans to remodel his kitchen with new tiles. The kitchen is 80 square feet. What's that number?
The land area.
Land area. So LA or A, 80 square feet. I'm going to put it under since our stuff is so close on top. After that, it says it takes 17.6 tiles to cover 1 square foot. That's not a number we necessarily need right now. Just hold on to that though. If the tiles necessary to cover the area of the floor weighs 4,928 pounds. Question asks how many pounds, not pounds per square foot, but how many pounds does 1 tile weigh? Going back to the other number, it says tiles necessary to cover the area of the floor weigh 4,928. What would that number represent in our formula?
The PB.
That's the total weight, so that's population. Alright, so we have population, we have area, but they're not asking us for population density. If you look at it, they're asking us for how many pounds does 1 tile weigh. So, but we do have to find population density to get to that point. So we're still going to find PD, but we're going to do something after PD. So PD for us is going to equal 4,928 divided by 80. This will be our population density. What number anybody got? 61.6. Thank you. This is the pounds per square foot. It's not our answer though, because the answer says how many pounds does 1 tile weigh. How many tiles does it say is in a square foot of floor?
17.6.
17.6. So in a square foot of floor, you have 17.6 tiles. To figure out how much they weigh, we're going to take the pounds per square foot, divide that by the number of tiles. Yeah. So I'm taking that 61.6 pounds per square foot. And I'm going to divide that by, like I said, the number of tiles, 17.6 tiles. So the weight of 1 tile would be 3.5 pounds. My bad. Didn't know I wasn't showing you again. So on that one, you just had to take an extra step at the end. After you found pounds per square foot, they want to know how much an individual tile weighed. So, and then they told you there were 17.6 tiles in every square foot. So there you go. Each individual tile is 3.5 pounds. Number 3, I'm going to start your setup for that one. You can finish that one off. Just because it's a composite shape, and y'all probably can't see it the way I do. The borders of the state of Utah are approximately the length shown on the map. The United States Department of Census projects that Utah will have a population of 2,990,094 in the next year, in the year 2020. Based on this information, find the population density of Utah in 2020. Right answer to the nearest whole number. Well, they give you the population and they say it. They want you to find population density. They say that. You just need what? What do you need? Area, right? Yeah. And you see the shape they gave you, so you got to find your area. There's a couple ways to do this. I've seen it done multiple ways. I've seen one person make a big rectangle, just complete this, find the area of that, and then find the area of the small rectangle and subtract. What I would do, since I know my dimensions well, I would divide this into a big rectangle and a smaller one right here. Yeah, I wouldn't go that other way. I would do it this way, but it's up to you. I'll split it to a big rectangle here and then a smaller one over here, and I find the area of both of them and add them together. So I just want to make my adjustments for my smaller one. I already got the length for my big one. The big one will be 158 by 345. The smaller one, you got to make adjustments to get these lengths. Like, for example, this gap down here, from here over, how would I find that distance right here? Yeah, good. 266 minus 158. That'll give me this one down here. 108. So the length right here is 108 for my small rectangle, 108 miles. And then you need to get the length going this way.
345 from 64.
Yeah, 345 from 64. So what y'all get? One more time.
281.
281. And there you go. After that, I mean, just label so you know what's what. So I would say maybe like big rectangle, find the area of that. So big rectangle for me would be area equals 345 times 158. And the area.
345.
Well, I ain't talking about the whole thing. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the whole thing. This number was 54,510. Then I find my smaller rectangle. A equals 108 times 281. That one I got 30,348. And then to find the full area, you know you need to add those together. So my full area would be 84,858. Then after that, there goes your area. You already got population. Find population density. So PD equals that population that they gave you divided by the area we just found. That'll give you your PD. Solve that. Write it down, solve it. Let's go.
Please don't touch something. That's a